Today, when me and my 2-year-old little boy went into Dollar Tree, there was a woman there and she had 2 little boys with her. They looked about 9 or 10 years old. They were in there playing like they were at a playground going crazy, but not my kids, not my business. That has nothing to do with me. Until they ended up getting closer to me and my little boy and ended up bumping into my little boy and knocking him down. Not only did they knock him down, one of the little boys ended up crushing my son. So my mother instincts kicked in and I ended up jacking the little boy up and snapping on the mom. Please know I did not purposely go over and yank a little boy. The little boy bumped into my son, fell on my son, rolled over my son's whole body, including his head, and stayed there. So I yanked him up. Yes, I did. After I yanked him up, I turned to his mother and I snapped on his mother and I told her she needed to watch her kids. Her kids shouldn't even be in the store playing like that. So she snapped back and told me if I was watching my son better, he wouldn't have been in their way. That's when things got worse because what? My son was just standing there. So me and her going back and forth. People are watching. She ends up putting her finger in my face. That's a no-no. So I grabbed her finger and I bent it. Yes, I did. So she goes crazy after that. She starts like telling the manager of the store he needs to get the police and going crazy. She ended up knocking stuff down off shelves. I see where her kids get it from. So the manager at Dollar Tree ends up calling the police. The lady was saying that she was going to press charges on me for bending her finger that she put in my face. But whatever. So fast forward, the police end up showing up. And it's crazy because one of the officers used to work at the high school I went to. I knew him, he knew me. It was crazy. But anyways, they end up separating us, getting our side of the story. They even went as far as looking at the surveillance video at Dollar Tree. And then there was a witness there. He seen everything that happened and he was on my side. So anyways, they ended up asking me if I wanted to press charges on her for putting her finger in my face. But I declined because she had her kids. Anyways, they ended up running our names and she ended up having a warrant. She ended up getting arrested. At that point, I wanted to go. I don't know what happens to her kids, but this whole situation could have been avoided if she would have controlled them.
Story time on the time me and my brother almost got kidnapped and we were 10 years old. So throwback to like 9 years ago, I was 10 years old and so was my brother. Me and him decided to go play tennis at our local park. But the day that we decided to go, it was raining and it was like so gloomy out where nobody would be at the park. So of course me and him were like, we need to go to the park and we need to go play tennis. So our park was like 3 blocks away and we usually walk there. And as we're walking there, before we're about to enter the park, I see like a guy with a bicycle like eyeing us down across the street. So I told my brother, I was like, yo, this guy looks creepy as heck. But we like ignored it and we just continued to go to the park. And as we go inside, this guy follows us. Go to part 2. Storytime part 2 on how me and my brother almost got kidnapped. So we get into the courts to start playing tennis and this guy is just sitting outside the courts like cheering us on and clapping for us. And on the other side of the fence, there was another guy standing with the bicycle looking at us so sus. I turn around and I see a white van outside of the park. I start crying because there's nobody else and I call my mom like, come pick us up. As soon as I took my phone out, the guy on the bicycle dips in the van and my mom gets there.
I was chased by a killer clown. Story time. So this story takes place while I was in college. So one day, late at night, me and my friend got really hungry. So we decided to go across the street to a convenience store and get some food. But before we walked into the convenience store, we turned around and we saw this man dressed up as the Joker and it was so creepy, but he was standing in front of the building that we lived in. So we were like, okay, we're gonna go into the convenience store and just stay in here until he goes away. So we're stalling inside of the convenience store, just looking at everything, and then eventually we looked out the window and we didn't see him outside anymore. So we decided to buy our stuff and go back home before the Joker returned. However, when we were crossing the street, the Joker came out of the building that we lived in and started screaming at us and laughing at us and yelling at us. I was terrified. So we turned back around and we start walking away from him. But apparently he was really interested in us because he started following us. And I could hear him say all these creepy things that he wanted to do to us. Full story is on YouTube. Go check it out. It gets worse.
Story time about when a client tried to steal my nail things and I caught her. For the purpose of this video, we're gonna call her Lisa. So Lisa comes in that day asking for a freestyle. As I'm doing Lisa's nails, she actually used the bathroom about 10 times. I let her use the bathroom, of course, because you never know what someone's going through. As I'm doing her nails, it's my time to use the bathroom. Once they come back from the bathroom, I'm gonna go ahead and add them to her nails because I'm extra. Now I'm looking around, can't find my diamond gel and my favorite top coat. Like part 2 because the story's long. Okay guys, so this is part 2 when a client tried to steal my nail things and I caught her. So as I'm looking for my top coat and my diamond gel, I tell her what I'm looking for so she knows. After I proceed to tell her what I'm looking for, she's like, no, I don't want no gems. I just want them to be nice and cute and simple. I said, okay, no problem. I proceed to do her nails thinking nothing of it. I forget about my top coat and my diamond gel. So I'm buffing her nails out, finishing up the process. I go ahead and use my other top coat to not waste more time. Now that I'm finished with her set, as she's taking the cash out of her hoodie pocket, guess what falls out? My diamond gel and my top coat at the same exact time. After the products fall on the floor, we both give that awkward look to each other. Me trying to be as patient as possible, telling her, you know, next time you need something, just ask me. You don't have to take anything from me because I'm the nicest, understanding person ever. She's looking at me confused like I don't know what I'm talking about. Part 3 will be right up after this one. Part 3 of when my client tried to steal my nail things. So as she's looking at me confused, I'm like, this just fell out your pocket. And this is exactly what I was looking for. And she starts being rude to me and starts being sassy. So right then, calmly telling her I can no longer service her. That was unacceptable and that was not okay. She's like, you're so weird and that's not how customer service works, da 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 da. And then I go ahead and proceed to say, that's fine if you don't think that's how it works, but you're not going to come to my house and try to confiscate things that are mine. And then she goes, that's why I didn't want to come to you in the first place, because I just knew you were rude, da 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 da. And then she goes on Facebook after she leaves my house and pays me or whatever, and everything's done and dealt with, saying that I'm rude and that I have the worst customer service, never go to me, and how, mind you, she did steal. I saw the things fall out her pocket.
My mom beat up the neighbor. Story time. So I used to have this neighbor, and we're gonna call her Miss Jackson. Now, Miss Jackson was super annoying, and she always found something to complain about. So my mom already didn't like her to begin with. So one day, me and my friends were playing soccer outside in my front yard, and we were having a lot of fun until one of us kicked the ball into Miss Jackson's yard. Now, normally when something like this happened, Miss Jackson would come outside, she would yell at us, but she would give our ball back. But this time, she comes outside with a pair of scissors, walks up to the soccer ball, and starts stabbing it. And then after she pops it, she throws it back at us and goes inside. Now, I was upset, and I didn't know what to do, so I just went and told my mom. And when I told my mom, she was heated. She goes over to Miss Jackson's house and starts banging on the door. And as soon as she opened the door, my mom grabbed her by the hair and started punching her. And Miss Jackson didn't even fight back. She was just apologizing the entire time.